Welcome to NCRA's State of the Association Update. Today, we're going to briefly talk about our board meeting last weekend at the 30,000-foot level. Also, we feel these videos are an important way to update the entire membership, as well as increase transparency and share the exciting and even mundane things happening at NCRA behind the scenes. Before we get started, though, I first want to thank our board of directors for their commitment to our association. They spend countless hours on committee meetings, board calls, reading and readying themselves for board meetings. We really couldn't do this without them. Dave, last weekend you gave an in-depth report on everything NCRA staff is doing for our members and some of the projects that you're working on. Would you like to share some of the reports with our members?
Absolutely, Cindy. As you know, our staff is dedicated to fulfilling the board directives and increasing membership engagement and providing services for our amazing members. While this may not be as sexy as some of the things you'll be talking about soon, it is an important business that we keep doing and moving the organization forward. So let me highlight and report on some of the activities that we're doing at headquarters. First, we're excited about the upcoming NCRA Legislative Boot Camp, which will be held in Washington on March 1st through the 3rd. This training helps state leaders and members interested in positively affecting the core printing and captioning professions and gives them the skills and confidence to be our greatest advocate.
Well, as someone who has been multiple times, I can attest to how valuable this training is and how it has made a difference in my professional life and actually my personal life too. Hey, are we going to be discussing NCRA's oversight of the AI bill then?
Absolutely. As you know, we've gotten the final draft bill back from the House Legislative Council, so we have great language to drop in both the House and the Senate. This bill
That's
is,
great.
well, yeah, it's fabulous. This bill is innovative, and we'll have Congress create a task force to look at the implications of AI and specifically the legal setting and make recommendations to protect the record, which is what we're all interested in. A couple other things we're talking about. Our Government Relations Department has also a new program it's developed. It's called NCRA GRadar, which will give members a direct way to flag legislation and regulatory activity for our review, and this will significantly improve our ability to respond quickly and strategically to things going on in the states. In our Professional Development Department, we're excited to announce that we are rolling out several new programs designed to encourage member engagement. These initiatives include purchasing 4 skills tests at the regular price and receiving the 5th one for free, purchasing 8 webinars and receiving the 9th one for free, and offering 1 free webinar worth 0.01 CEU each quarter. So that's free. Members who take advantage of all 4 free webinars can earn up to 1.2 CEUs at no cost over a 3-year cycle. Membership does have its privileges. We're also introducing multiple enhancements to our skills testing. In 2025, thanks to our real task force and the work that the board has done, we added the following enhancements. We are allowing candidates to take the same test after a 6-month period. Also, allowing candidates to take 2 tests per session and allow the candidate to submit 1 or both tests for grading. That's a game changer right there in my mind.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. We're also allowing candidates to replay the warm-up several times because we want those people to get over the jitters. But by doing so, that's going to give them additional comfort. I bet you 10 to 1 we're going to see the pass rate increase because once you get those jitters out, I think people get their confidence up. We've also increased the preview words that are given prior to the test. And in 2025, this was implemented in April. We're going to provide the candidates with all the preview words that are currently in the bank that we have available, which is amazing because that way they can put it in their dictionary.
Wow, that would really be helpful.
Yeah. January 2026, marked the introduction of our new Pathways testing platform, which will provide a streamlined, focused process for candidates with each test they take, including video step-by-step written instructions and highlighted tips for each type of testing, transcription versus real time. Another
That will
exciting,
be,
I'm sorry.
that'll be super, that'll just be great and super helpful for people, just to understand the whole testing platform. So I really am excited about that for our membership.
Yeah, exactly. Some people learn differently, So our goal
Mhm.
is to provide different, either it's written or video or both, and they can go back and look at it when they have a chance. Um, Another very exciting thing that we're doing is we've launched an asynchronous A to Z on-demand program. Um, we did this in 2025 after hearing from our members, schools, and participants about a need for a course that can be taken as soon as somebody's interested in the program and has a machine available to them. It has had a significant impact on the program, driving high participation levels exceeding those of all the live offerings as well. We had over 783 individuals take the new on-demand course in 2025. That number is amazing.
This A to Z program has just taken off, and I'm so excited about that.
Exactly. And what's interesting is the overall we had a total of 1,152 A to Z
Wow.
certificates given last year through NCRA's headquarters and local programs. That's up from 885 in 2025 and then almost double in 2024. So we're just killing it with the A to Z at 1,100 certificates. So trying to get those students into the pipeline.
Love it.
Yep, the Learning Center has been busy with live offerings as well and new products. Below, here are some of the highlights that we talked about. The Learning Center hosted 15 live webinars in 2025. This includes 3 mental health webinars, which were sponsored by NCRF, which were free to members. And I hope a lot of people took advantage of those because one of the things you're going to talk about later is the
Mhm.
importance of mental health in the court reporting and captioning professions for sure. Um, We have revised our CRI education, and that seminar ran from September and October of last year, and we had 14 completions. So it's good to get that CRI program back online.
That's huge. With they asked for it and we gave it to them.
Exactly. That's what we're hearing. Uh,
Right.
the education team launched its new court reporting program, Elements Comparison Tool. Now, if you think about it, this is like the old consumer reports that we all used to know when you're looking for a car or a toaster or whatever. Um, that we're all familiar with. This tool will allow students to search for a program based upon a variety of elements, and they get to choose a program that fits their needs.
Now, Dave, are these only NCRA approved schools or are they any schools?
There are any schools that we have the data for that, we can only put in what we have the data for. So any
Sure.
schools
Awesome.
that are not with NCRA, contact us and they can get included in that platform.
That's awesome. Thanks.
Yep. We've in 2025, we had a huge increase in certification skills testing last year, which shows people value their skills, their certifications, and it shows a level of professionalism that takes beyond just the entry level skills.
And I know this next topic is what everybody's been talking about on social media. So tell us about this.
Yes. So the planning for the 2026 NCRA Conference and Expo has begun, and it's going to be held July 16th through the 18th, 2026, in the Hyatt Regency Bellevue, Washington. That's right outside of Seattle. The Hyatt Bellevue will be a great fit for us and our attendees. The hotel is local. The hotel location is conveniently located where numerous restaurants are within walking distance. The conference webpage went live on January 12th, and registration prices will remain unchanged this year. We're holding the line, even though food and beverage and AV costs have gone up. And additionally, we will be offering a $100 early discount only from April 1st to the 8th to encourage advanced signups. So sign up early and get that extra $100 break.
That's huge. Thanks. That's a wow.
Yep. Also, I personally went on a dozen hotel site visits in the fall of 2025. to find out our next conference locations. And the board approved for us to negotiate contracts for our annual convention for 2027 in your town of Kansas City and in 2028 in Atlanta. So these are events you definitely want to put on your calendar.
Outstanding.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful airport and lots of things to do there in Kansas City and in Atlanta I've never been to, so that will be a go-to place for sure.
Yep, it will be fabulous. We're gonna be out by the Centennial Park, and the next week they're having a huge event there. So everything, new restaurants, it's going to be an amazing experience, and the hotel is top notch. We were able to negotiate a great rate for not only our room rate but also the food and beverage that NCRA is responsible for, and it is a beautiful hotel for everybody. We wanted to make sure you had that full experience, that it's a destination event because the Atlanta Aquarium is right there. There's so much to do in downtown Atlanta as well as Kansas City. Um, Moving on really quickly to the National Court Reporters Foundation. They've been handling a lot of Zoom ups, and it's called Ask Me Anything Zoom ups. This series continues to deliver high quality and relevant learning experiences for the profession. Attendance has consistently exceeded expectations, and each session fosters a strong engagement between the panelists and the participants. The next one is, what are your go-to gadgets? Because I know everybody has their go-to gadgets. So we want to know, what are your go-to gadgets? And this will be held on February 24th, 2026. So be on the lookout for that notification. And one final announcement before I turn it back over to you is that we'll be partnering with the Oregon and Washington State Associations to beta test in-person testing in the fall of 2026 at their state convention. The board voted to support this idea that came from the NCRA Resolution Committee, and we hope it's a hit. So if you want to test in person, please plan on attending that conference. We tried it at the annual conference. It wasn't as successful, but we're hoping that we'll have a little more success at the state conventions. And we're going to try it in one or two more states, but there's a lot of logistics that go along with that. We also have more mundane things that are going on, like planning for our annual audit, changing financial software, updating our membership database. And I could go on forever with these updates, but I want to hear more about your takeaways from the board meeting. So with that, I'm going to kick it back to you.
No, thanks, Dave, for that incredible update. State staff has been very busy, and it looks like this year is full of really positive reports. I did want to share a few exciting things that are going on. I know it's been a number of years since we've hosted a leadership conference due to financial constraints, but we have weighed the cost-benefit ratio, and the board feels like that this is an important event, and it provides not only great information, but also gives people what they need to be leaders, or better leaders, actually. We've seen a sharp decline in the number of people who are wanting to serve in state leadership and ultimately national leadership roles. And so we as a board believe this is a direct result of not focusing as heavily on leadership. Leadership conference is not just for your professional realm, but it helps people in all aspects of their lives, much like boot camp. Currently, we're working with the Lowe's Hotel, which is the host hotel for our 2027 conference in Kansas City, to host a 2-day conference for all leaders in the court reporting and captioning community, not just NCRA members. We're currently in a planning stage of that, but we'll keep you all informed as things become solidified.
Yeah, Cindy, I think the leadership conference is kind of the feeder system for our state and national boards. It's kind of like boot camp. Once you get trained in that leadership skill set, most people aren't confident that they can do it, but everybody's a leader. Everybody in this profession that I've ever met, they are passionate about this. So our goal is to help focus that passion and help them protect their members in the states. I mean, it's teaching people how to fish type of thing.
Right, right. And we just keep hearing that over and over again. So once again, the people speak and we listen. So There are some really great initiatives coming out of the Real Task Force. So be on the lookout for Steno Speaks webinars. You'll be able to sign up for these webinars and get CEUs for them. Some may be free, and it's also another member benefit. We have some really awesome speakers on the horizon. Mike Hensley has agreed to be our inaugural speaker. And if you missed the live event, they'll be recorded and you can find them in the Learning Center.
And Cindy, that's kind of like a TED Talks type of format, correct?
Correct. Correct.
It's going to be very short and to the point. So it'll just be snack size seminars that you can get some information from some of the top leaders in our industry.
Right. And things that are very relevant to our everyday lives and what we do on an everyday basis with some really great speakers who really bring us information that we need on a daily basis.
Awesome.
Lastly, I want to encourage all of you to sign up for the peer-to-peer support events. And some of you may or may not know what this is all about. This is a program that I've worked hard on as I was really struggling with some awful things that I was seeing and hearing in court. From rape, murders, incest, the content I was hearing and the pictures I was seeing was really just taking a toll on me. And after 37 years of being on the front lines, I realized I just had no support system. Everyone else in every other profession seems to have support groups, whether it's, police officers, DAs, whatever that was, but we're kind of the silent keepers of the record, captioners of the news. And I thought I couldn't be the only one who's struggling with this. And that's why we started the peer-to-peer support program.
Cindy,
Coach Bev,
let me ask you a question on that.
sure.
Real quick on this, I think this is a fabulous idea because at the end of the day, nobody understands what you're going through. Even your significant other won't understand it if they're not a court reporter or captioner. They don't see it. They don't have to relive that trauma all the time. So it makes sense that NCRA is kind of providing an opportunity for people to speak with not only a professional, but also their peers and say, how did you handle this? Because you don't want to bring that home every night and then have to relive it while you're doing the transcript and you're proofreading and all this other stuff. So I love this idea of the peer-to-peer support. I think this is a overdue because you guys are all struggling with this and there hasn't been an outlet. But I'm really glad that you created this program and I think it's going to be amazing for our folks.
We've had 3 sessions so far, and Coach Bev Perez is amazing. She has a background in this. She's an expert in this. And it's free. This is free to our membership. And you get to know other people who are dealing with the same thing that you're dealing with. And you can say as much or as little as you want to say during these things, but she has we have these little breakout groups, and she has just kind of you kind of work on some things to kind of help you learn how to deal with kind of the isolation that we deal with. So sign up for these. You can already sign up for I think for the whole year for next year, and our next one is on February 12th, and they're an hour and a half. It's from 7:30 to 9 Eastern time, but you need to sign up by February 11th to be able to get in. And we've had such great feedback. Every time that we take a poll, the feedback is incredible.
We've even gotten a couple companies that want to support this because they see it as a need for their independent contractors and employees, correct?
Right. Yes. In a project, Planet Depots has signed up, and they supported that. They were a sponsor for that for the next year, that they supported that, and we're a sponsor for it. And it's just because we do have to, financially have to, pay for Bev, because she does spend her time and her resources for this great program. And it just is really important for us, and for our mental health, honestly, because I don't want not one of our reporters and captioners and videographers to go home at night and not have an outlet and not to have somebody else that they can call and contact and be able to to vent or to just to feel like that they have someone else to talk to, because you never know who you're talking with, that they may not be the best person for you to be sharing your day with. So
Yeah.
it's good to have somebody else that you can talk to.
Yeah, and Bev Perez, she's not a court reporter. She's somebody that deals with psychological issues and
Yeah.
therapy. So I think this is really great for our folks to be able to take advantage of this. And for all of our members, please take advantage of this. We care about your mental health. We created this for you. So please take advantage of this excellent opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Please do that, because this is important for each one of you. For me, for you, for everybody, videographers, captioners, court reporters, whoever. So pass that along to everybody that you know. Um, and last, but certainly not least, what we have coming up in the next week is Court Reporting and Captioning Week, February 7th through the 14th. And let's make this week the best one. The theme is Peace, Love, and Steno. Take this opportunity to show the world what an amazing career we have. There's so many resources available on the NCRA website, so go there for ideas and downloads and resources. There's a toolkit there, so you can use that for any time of the year. You don't have to do it just for this one week. Dave, is there anything else you want to add here?
Well, I just want to say thank you for putting these State of the Associations together, because I think it gives everybody a quick snapshot. Doesn't take too long to get a good feel for what went on and what went on in the board meetings. And I just want to thank all the members out there who've been with us for forever. I know I've met a lot of you, and I look forward to meeting the rest of you. This is an amazing profession, and I love this profession dearly. And I'm so grateful that we're able to share this information with you, because this is your association. And it's important that you know what's going on behind the scenes, even the mundane stuff, the not so fun and sexy stuff, but it's still okay. We want to share all of that stuff with you. But thank you for being a member.
Well, on the behalf of the Board of Directors, I want to thank you all for being a part of our State of the Association. I hope you find it informative and enjoy your week.
Thank you. Have a great one, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.